WTOL 11 Sports presents Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. Your dreams await. And by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Doing it different, doing it right. By Frickers, the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. By PT Link Physical Therapy. Feel the difference and get relief now. By Renewal by Anderson. Anderson Window Muscle. Local 419 Hustle. By Absolute Mobile Glass. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it faster. Absolutely. And by Schrader Tire and Oil. We keep the transportation industry rolling and safe.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Noelle Blumel. Welcome into another edition of Big Board Friday. We have officially reached the regional final round for high school football in Ohio. And tonight, our eyes are on 3 games throughout the area. Beginning in Division III, where Central Catholic once again has found themselves on the doorstep of a state berth. Despite some struggles early in the season, the Irish are looking every bit as the juggernaut we're used to seeing. Greg Dempsey and the guys traveling to Clyde tonight, taking on 5th-seeded Rocky River. Irish winning every playoff game so far by at least 31 points. And how about this for a first play? Jerome Davis takes the opening kickoff 75 yards to the end zone. And just like that, Central goes up 7-0 in the first 11 seconds of the game. A few minutes later, Irish with the ball again. Now in the red zone, they go to Jeremiah Fuller, who falls forward for the touchdown. And the Irish go up again. Second quarter, the rain really coming down now. Irish with the ball, they go to Fuller, who finds a lane, breaks loose, and he's going to take it 50 yards to the house. He ended up with 5 rushing touchdowns in this game, and just like that, Central Catholic rolls to another big playoff victory, 57-28 the final. And here's Chase Bachman with more from Clyde.
Noelle, you know what they say, when it rains, it pours, and I think that perfectly describes this Central Catholic offense tonight. They put up 57 points in this game, and a huge part of that was once again Jeremiah Fuller. He had 5 rushing touchdowns in this game, and once again, Central Catholic is playing in the state semifinals for the 4th straight year.
It feels great running behind these guys. They blocking people from me, getting them out the way, and not just go score. We're supposed to be here. We're supposed to be doing this, and we got to go compete for that state championship.
You're sitting 0-3 2 months ago right about this time, and you know, everybody's having their Snickers. Look at Central Catholic this year, and we knew we were playing a tough schedule, and we knew we had to win games, though, to try to get in the playoffs and get the opportunity at this. And, you know, when things are going bad, people try to pull teams apart, and these kids did a great job of sticking together, especially led by these seniors, and getting us to this point, and hopefully we can play well enough next week to advance. He's prepared all year for this season, and that's what it looks like, and he's obviously very talented, but you know what you can't measure on a guy? You measure yards, you can measure speed, you can't measure heart and toughness, and he's got an abundance of those 2 things, and he's just playing really well right now, and he'll be the first one to tell you, though, the guys up front are making it happen.
The Irish will play Cuyahoga Valley Christian, a team they have never played before, but head coach Greg Dempsey says he is excited for the opportunity to prepare. Reporting from Clyde, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11. Noelle?
Hope you had an umbrella on hand, Chase. Thanks so much. To Fostoria we go. An all-local matchup. Genoa and Liberty Center squaring off. Combined record of 23-1 between these 2 teams. An opening possession of the game. Comments are going to the air. Miles Mollenauer steps up and fires over the middle, but Jackson Lawazak is there to snag the interception at midfield, and he's not going down. Gets some blocks and is headed the other way. In fact, he'll go all the way back for a pick 6, and that's how the first points of this game go on the board. Tigers now on offense. Baxter Barrett with the carry. He finds a seam and gets the first down, but as he goes down, the ball comes out, and Tyler Abbey jumps to force a turnover for Genoa. Second quarter now, they're looking to get on the board and getting the passing game going. QB with some room, but the pressure leads to another takeaway. This time, Caden Sonnenberg corralling the pick, and Tigers defense maintains the shutout. And they too can throw the rock around some. Caden Kreinbrink quickly gets it out to Lonizak, who makes 1 defender miss and then 2 before reaching out to the pylon and scoring right there. And Liberty Center rolls out to a shutout win, 38-0, and our Tyler Stegerman has more with the Tigers.
Noelle, entering this night, we knew these Tigers are different. Rain or shine, they want to dominate, and whether that's through execution and physicality, the love from their community pride, and most importantly, playing for each other. A formula that once again has Liberty Center back in the state Final Four for the 4th year in a row.
It's so much fun, man. Just putting in all the work. It's definitely not easy in the summer, putting all the work with these guys. That's the fun part, putting in the work. And this is what the outcome is, and it's even more fun. It all starts with our defensive coach, Coach Nick Miller. He's great, and he just tells us just to tear it up back there. And I couldn't do it without my friends either, my teammates, Kellen Weimer and Hunter Spangler.
Yeah, you know, Coach Miller always says, gotta practice to be the best team in the state, so that's what we're gonna try and do. Nothing but trust with these guys. You know, I trust those guys to cover their man. Just trust, you know. Obviously early, we had some turnovers, but just got to keep trusting your teammates.
It doesn't happen often, but these guys have really committed themselves to this program and put in so much work, and they've earned it. You know, stuff like this doesn't just happen. These guys really earned it.
So the Tigers move one step closer toward a return trip to Canton. Although next week's site is to be determined, we do know their opponent. The Tigers will take on Indian Lake in the Division 5 state semifinal. Reporting here in Fostoria, Tyler Segerman, WTOL 11.
All right, thanks, Tyler. But it is now time for our first break in the show. Still to come, a check-in on Division 6, which featured two familiar foes battling each other. That's up next after this.
You're watching Big Board Friday!
Thank you, Hopewell-Loudon student section. Welcome back, everyone. Our final regional championship of the night took place at Donnell Stadium in Findlay. A Division 6 matchup that pinned two teams who know each other well. Carey and Hopewell-Loudon meeting for the second time this season, but this time with a state berth on the line. Chieftains won this game 30-7 back in week 1, but the Blue Devils have looked like a different team in these playoffs, winning 3 straight games on the road as a 9 seed. After forcing a Carey turnover, Chieftains get on the board here. Our reigning athlete of the week, Brody Brickman, takes it in for the score, and they go up 6-0. Chieftains and Brickman keep it rolling on their next drive. Out of the Wildcat again, finds a seam, shows off that speed, and walks it in for the score to now make it 14-0. Then just before the half, the handoff to Kellen Frankert finds a little opening, dives in for the score to put Hopewell up 20-0 at the half. And in the second half, it was more of the same. Frankert and the Wildcat right up the middle, untouched for the score, and Hopewell-Loudon rolls on to a regional title by the shutout, 35-0.
Man, this group just never quits believing. You know, I think we kind of got a bad rap. Everybody thinks we're kind of a finesse team, and boy, we're not. You know, we went toe-to-toe with one of the most physical teams that you're going to see, and you know, we played outstanding. I'm so proud of this group of kids.
I love this team. This is my family. You know, we hang out every day basically. This is my team. I love these guys. It means the world to me. I really can't give any credit to myself. I got to give it all to my line. They do everything. They do all the dirty work for me. I just get through there and call it a day.
A Thanksgiving practice, you know, it's a great, as a high school football coach and player, to practice on Thanksgiving morning is probably the most special thing you can do, and to do it with this group of guys, I can't wait.
All right, well, it is now time for another break in the show, and when we come back, we pivot to college volleyball. MAC tournament serving up inside the Stroh Center. That's coming up next.
You're watching Big Board Friday!
Genoa student section. Welcome back, everyone. Postseason play isn't just taking place on the gridiron, but on the hardwood as well. Bowling Green and Toledo volleyball began tonight with a chance at making a run toward the MAC championship. Falcons once again hosting this year's tournament after winning the regular season crown last year, but BG entering as a 6th seed. But getting to work early as Jessica Andrews slams this one to the ground for a Falcons kill. Later on, BG staying ahead. Amanda Otten finds Andrews again with a back set, and that ball is crushed to the floor, aiding in the Falcons' first set win. Second set, Otten gets it outside, this time to Avery Hobson, who brings the power and forces the shank off a defender for the kill. Later, BG feeling confident about where they're at, and Lauren Hovey wants in on the action too as she goes up and puts that ball straight through the floor to keep their momentum rolling. And they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as later in the second, Hovey goes it for it again, this time off a defender for a point. And the Falcons would go on to advance, winning 3-1 over Ohio, and they'll face Western Michigan in the semis tomorrow. The other quarterfinal tonight featured the Rockets, MAC Defensive Player of the Year Grace Freiberger ready to battle. In a battle this match would be tied at 1 set apiece as Jessica Koslow goes up on the outside and crushes the angle shot for a kill. Rockets would fall in set 1 in that set, so Miami trying to get some offense going, but Kelsey Smith says no, notches the stuff block to keep Toledo in it here. Later on, Rockets forcing a 5th set to try and stay alive. Smith gets to the outside to Olivia Heitkamp, and that ball has no chance. Electric kill for the Rockets to take the lead. Shortly after, Freiberger on the baseline coming up clutch as she serves it up for an ace to keep the momentum. And finally, set point, Rockets looking to close out. Set gets outside, and who better than Koslow to seal the deal, but this time by a tip. And with that, the Rockets beat Miami 3-1. They'll face Ball State in the semifinals tomorrow.
I mean, this team loves each other, so you got it spot on. Like every single day that we earn the right to play a little bit longer together is a big accomplishment for us. I think the match went exactly how we thought it was going to. We knew it was going to be a battle. They're a really good team, and I think we knew we weren't coming in here and winning that match 3-0. It wasn't going to feel good the whole time, and but if we had a good, strong mindset and we stayed more aggressive, I think we knew we'd find a way when it mattered. Because the reality is that's just what we've been doing the whole year.
Well, that's going to do it for another edition of Big Board Friday. If you missed any of the highlights or want to rewatch the entire show again, be sure to visit our website and WTOL 11+. It's been my pleasure hosting tonight, so thank you all for tuning in and have a great night. We'll see you next time.